what's up, guys? I'm BKFC athlete Paige Dancer, and you're watching Cage Side with Christopher James.
What happens if you lose, Nick?
Who the hell is Aquaman?
I get Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles, I get sausage biscuits. Maybe you guys will see a little footage of that later on because we got some good stuff.
Go the deuces. There you go, baby.
Hey, good evening, boys and girls. Welcome to Cage Side with Christopher James. Special edition tonight at 6 o'clock. We were supposed to go live at 8 p.m., but we had a little change of plans, so we had to do it up right now. We are going to be talking here in just a moment with my man, the one and only Eazy-E, Reggie Barnett Jr. Want to let you know why we're chatting with Reggie. Reggie was supposed to fight Friday night BKFC 14 for the interim 135 title against my man, the guy himself, Dat Gwynn. However, Dat Gwynn had to pull out medical reasons. They said he was sick. No indication if it was COVID or not. So we're going to talk with Reggie about that. Reggie is not happy. Reggie's been wanting this fight for a long time. So we are going to bring him in right now. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show. I had him on back in Daytona. He is an awesome guy. His story is incredible. He's got a beautiful family. And I'm seeing him right now in the green room. He's got a little smile on his face, but I know he's upset, man. So we're going to bring him in right now. Please welcome the man himself, Eazy-E, Reggie Barnett Jr.
You always say Eazy-E, and it's just easy.
Oh,
just easy.
You know, Reggie, easy. My bad, bro. I'm a fucking schmuck. Screw me.
I still love you.
I'm sorry, bro.
I still love you,
dude. I get excited because Eazy-E just makes, it just flows.
That's somebody else. It's just easy. I make it look easy too.
Yeah, you do make it look easy. All right, so I wanted to, first of all, check on you, see how you're doing. How's the family and everything before we get into all this fight business? How's the baby? I saw you went live a little while ago. Baby looks so cute. But how's the wife and the kids and everybody?
Oh, she was just asking me, was the baby asleep? He's like over there partially asleep. He's good. She's good. My daughter is cleaning up her room as she should be. And we're just, we're good. Just trying to stay in a good mental place, despite what's been going on the last couple of days. So we're good.
Yeah. And how's like the whole situation for you and the family with the COVID related stuff? Anyway, you guys are all good. There's no COVID.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, no COVID in my home. Nobody's been sick. We have an infant, so we go through the most precaution to make sure that everybody stays healthy. I work outside, so when I come home, she sprays me down with Lysol. I leave my boots and my clothes outside, and often the neighbors see me coming home in just my skivvies. But you got to do what you got to do to protect your family. So.
Amen to that, brother. And I'm glad that you guys are all right. Like I said, the baby looks so adorable. I saw you sitting there with the baby, a little thing. So cute, man.
I'm kind of, like it sucks not to be where I'm supposed to be right now, but it's also given me an opportunity to spend a little extra time with my family since the last couple of weeks. I haven't really been in the house and around them. So.
Right. And there's never a bad thing about spending time with the family. So that's a good thing. All right, man. So we'll just break down into this. So you were scheduled, originally this was supposed to be Johnny Bedford defending his title against Dat Gwynn. Johnny injured himself, had a back injury, so he was pulled, regretfully, because he wants to fight. He's been itching for a fight for a long time. But then you jumped in. They offered you the fight, and they made it for an interim belt, which I was honestly I was surprised that they made an interim title.
Yeah, I didn't even really care about the interim title. As long as they'd have been like, "Do you want to fight Dat Gwynn?" I would have been like, "Yeah." The interim title part wasn't even really for me. I think that was to sweeten the pot to try to get Dat to fight me.
To stay on the card.
Yeah, to stay on the card. I don't think
you've wanted a piece of Dat for a while. You got a little heated up with him in Daytona. He talks a lot of smack, and you're the guy that you don't respond to smack talk with just smack talk. You don't respond to smack talk with smack talk. You respond to smack talk with, all right, bro, you want this? Let's go. So you and him were heated up in Daytona.
I told him, and we all know the quote, and excuse my language, stand by your motherfucking words. That's it. That's all I ask. You had all this shit to say, all this trash to talk, and here we are. It's a couple days away, and we're not going to settle it. And it is what it is. Fucking, you can't come back to bare knuckle and duck me forever. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah. So, my understanding is they reached out to you on Monday and told you they might be a problem with the fight going forward.
Yeah.
Yesterday was Tuesday, still nothing, and then I guess today they finally gave you the news that it's definitely off.
Yeah, we got 100% confirmation. They were trying to see if that was going to be able to I guess recover from whatever treatment he was getting. It's not. I was told it wasn't COVID, so that really was absolutely ruled out. Not specifically what it was told, of course, just some type of infection he couldn't fight with. So, it is what it is. I'm I'm upset, and it's not even like on the retrospect of how do you say, because it was for a title or anything like that. I wanted to fight again before the year was over, and then I wanted to put on for my fans. Definitely, the support has been growing. It's not as much as some of the other fighters, still who have come from the UFC and Bellator and other, but with inside, being somebody who was relatively, as that said, a no name, I'm starting to draw notice to this sport, and so I wanted to definitely go out there and put on, and because everybody knows win, lose or draw, I'm still going to put on, and it's going to be a great fight. And then I wanted to punch him in his fucking mouth for all the shit that he said. Just one, not just to beat him up, but I knew that I wanted to get at least one solid shot right between the lips. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And everybody knows I got pinpoint precision. I hit you where I want to hit you. So
no, we've watched you fight. Those that have seen Reggie fight know that Reggie has hands. Reggie is technically proficient, and Reggie's also, like I said, the guy you don't want to talk shit to, because Reggie isn't about sitting there going back and forth on social media with the beef and internet. Reggie's like, all right, you talk shit, I'm going to respond with some shit, and then we're going to fight, and that's it.
That's it.
So
Plain and simple.
You're not a game player.
There's no need for all that in between bullshit. I played that game once, and we're not going. I had people try to play that game with me before, and I didn't ever play it. And then in the Johnny fight, I was like, all right, I'll humor myself, and I'll play this little game with you. And we saw the inside of it. So I'm gonna go back to the old me, and it's like, fuck all the bullshit you got to talk. Let's just fucking fight and settle it like men. Put up or shut up. That's the way I was. They was like, let's take this shit in the cell, let's take this shit to the yard, whatever. Put up and fucking shut up. It doesn't even matter. So.
Yeah, and that's all you could do, man. It's funny because when I was the first media outlet to break the news today publicly about the cancellation, and Johnny Bedford, the champ, immediately went, "Is this for real?" Like Johnny, I think, was shocked that this fight got canceled.
I was shocked. I was praying when I woke up this morning that Dave was gonna call me and be like, "Yo, he's gonna be all right. Plane. Yeah, get your ass down here." That's what I was hoping. In my restless night last night was like, because I'm still trying to process all of it. And I like I said, I understand that shit happens. We don't really have full details, and it'll be what it be. But like I said, at the end of the day, that bitch got to see me sometime or another in bare knuckle if he wants to stay in this sport. And for me, it's about being one of the best fighters. Is not about winning another belt or blah, blah, blah. I'm going to go out there and put on for bare knuckle every time I step in there, no matter who they put me in there with. I talked to some other big name boxers. Well, not big name, but former boxers, more elite than me, I say. And I told him, the same thing I told that too, because it didn't come out of a place of disrespect. It's, hey, you have more boxing experience. That's what I brought over to this sport, but I have changed it to bare knuckle experience. Let's see how well your boxing experience fares with my boxing and combined bare knuckle experience. That's essentially what I said to that, and not in a disrespectful way. And then everything turned into what it did as far as him trying to belittle and demean me as a person. So now, yeah, I'm gonna beat your ass when it's finally time to fight. We may not be fighting on Friday, but like I said, eventually you're gonna have to fight me. And I spoke with Dave earlier today, and I was like, look, man, you still gonna give them to me, right? And he was like, well, it's really it's kind of relative about it. I'm like, no, fuck that. Let's put that fight on the Paige Van Zandt card. He's like, we'll talk about it after the show this weekend. And I'm cool with that. Let them get through, the rest of the weekend, because as always, I'm a supporter of this industry and bare knuckle fighting championships. I came into this, like I said, I'm one of the few fighters from the tryout to the big show that is still actively ride or die for this sport, for this industry, and for the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. So, and it's not the first time it's happened to me. It's sad it had to happen again, but it also says, yeah, it's the second time because Jose Rivera didn't even get on the fucking plane from Philly to come fight me because he knew what it was. You know, it's not even a matter of me winning. It's anybody knows that when you get in there with me, you have to have that solid greed in your head that you're going to get hurt because I don't care about getting hurt, and I'm going to try to hurt you. And so, am I a little surprised at that? Yes. Like I said, though, I sent him a message. I sent him 2 messages. The first one I sent him was, "Are you for real, bro?" I think I sent him that one yesterday. Today I sent him a message, and I'll share it with the world what I sent him. So if he ever wants to kind of bring it back up or whatever, I said, it's unfortunate that we don't get to settle our differences this weekend. I said, I hope whatever is ailing you is not serious and that you'll have more time to get healthy and prepare because I want you at your best when I beat that ass.
Yep. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think, because, you know, I'm just throwing this out there because this was supposed to be a title fight for Dat and Johnny. Again, Johnny pulled out, Dat, stepped up and kept on the card with you. Do you think this is a tactic that maybe he's not as sick as he is? Because I understand from what my sources I reached out to, they said he doesn't have COVID. They didn't say what he had, but I'm wondering if this is a tactic on his end to say, you know what, I don't really need to take this fight. I'll wait for Johnny to heal up. And, you know, is that something that ran through your head, or do you believe he's
legitimately sick? You know, like my mind was playing all different fucking scenarios all for the last 2 or 3 days. Whose mind is it? You know, especially in any case of, you know, a fight pullout. But like I said, you reach out. I reached out to some people that are close to me, and you know, I've been trying to keep a positive mindset and not let those theoretical things that go on in your head or whatever take place, because it's beyond my control. I can't let it rent space in my head. Things that are beyond my control rent space in my head. If we ain't fighting, we ain't fighting. If that's something he tried to do, whatever, I hope it works out well for you. But like I said, in order to stay in this sport, you will have to fight me eventually. In the meantime, I'll fight whoever they put in front of me, and they know that it's going to be a show. I'm honestly wondering if they'll open up a 125-pound weight class for me. Shit, I know after I kicked into this camp, I said, "Damn, Brandon, we could make 125 if we wanted to." He's like, "Well, shit, why don't we get both straps?" So, you know, I'm open, you know, to asking, could we find somebody, some elite level bare knuckler out there at 125 who wants to try to run the gamut with me? I'm sure that would be an interesting matchup. At the end of the day, I'm pushing Dat Gwynn versus Reggie Barnett Jr. February on the Paige Van Zandt card. The fight has to happen whether Johnny's recovered or not. You know, you can't halfway put your feet in the water, Dat. That's a bitch move, bro. You can't dip your toe in and say, "Ooh, that's too warm. I don't want none of that." It doesn't work like that, dude.
That's right. Doesn't work like that. Now, if Johnny happens to be able to go in February, is there a thought in your head that you might get passed over for that Dat fight, and they might rebook Johnny and Dat in February on the Paige Van Zandt card, and then they leave Reggie out of the picture, which would suck because you do have, if I'm correct, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, but I believe you're the winningest fighter in BKFC with 5 wins, or you're tied for the top.
I'm tied. I'm tied with the current. I'm tied with Johnny. Okay. But it's not about like the winningest fighter or whatever. It's about going out there and putting on a show and bringing, you know, attention to the sport, whatever. And even within the last couple of weeks, as far as me and Dat are concerned, you know, all eyes were on this fucking fight. Like there were a lot of people who were, you know, excited to see me go out there and beat his ass, or at least him try not to get beat up. Either way it was going to go. But so it's still a fight that you want to make. And I think now the fact that we have all of this, you know, I guess mystery and shroud or whatever, what's going on with that. At once we get all that cleared up, like I said, I don't wish any ill will on him. I'm going to beat you up. I'm going to beat the shit out of you when I get my hands on you. But as far as like your life and your livelihood outside the ring, you know, that I don't wish any ill will on you. I got a family. You got a family. We know what it is. Yeah. But it's still a fight you want to make.
Yeah, and it doesn't all that stuff. You know, if he's legitimately sick, and he's got something that he needs to get through. I know you as a human being that you like what you just said is truthful. You don't wish any ill will on him. You want him to heal up. You want him to get back action, whether it's you or Johnny next. You want him to be able to fight because if he's healthy enough to fight, Reggie wants a piece of him. But are you worried? Are you worried that you could get passed out of that fight?
I can't. I mean, you can keep asking, but really, I don't write the script, Chris. We all know who writes the script.
Right?
Bob
I know.
Script.
But what I'm saying to you is, listen, you've been here from jump. You've been there. You're 5 wins in. You and Johnny are the 2 most winningest fighters in the show. That is 2-0, I believe, at bare knuckle, if I'm correct. So, a lot of people feel that even though you and Johnny already fought, that the matchup should have been you and Johnny for this title fight and not Johnny and Dat. So I'm just wondering. I mean,
yeah,
again, I know you don't write the script, like you said, but is that thought in your head that you want this fight in February? Is there a thought in your head that just said, "Man, I might get screwed out of this for this one"? I know you'll eventually get it, but that's a high profile card that you want to be on. There's no doubt about it. Everybody does.
Definitely. But I mean, yeah, it's a possibility, and that would suck too. But look, we're already dealing with it now, being disappointed and having a big letdown and a setback. So it ain't no thing. I've been within my brother sent me a message, and I wish I could flip the phone and read it to y'all what it was. But at the end of it, he said, "Remember who you are and why you originally started this shit. And it wasn't just to be a winner or blah, blah, blah. It was to show people that you can persevere through some shit. It's just all I've been doing all my whole life is trying to persevere through my hardships, and I have. And so it's just another bump in the road we'll overcome. I was sitting outside like, damn, why in the cosmos is this shit fucking written into my life? Like, what the hell? And he's like, bro, you didn't do shit. You ready to go. I'm ready to go right now. If they called me tomorrow morning and said, yeah, we need you to make it here by whatever time to weigh in for the fight against who the fuck ever, I would be like, I'm on my way.
Yeah.
It's not, that's not even an issue. It's just, we deal with it, and whatever happens next year happens next year. In the meantime, I'm going to stay ready to fight. We had originally had plans to go back to boxing in December anyway, to close out so I could get listed back as an active boxer, just so I could keep my feet wet in my ranking over there, whatever that ranking is, because I don't really know, because I ain't no fucking boxer. I'm a fighter for real. Yeah. And yeah, don't mind my voice. We had kids that fought last week, and you had to wear a mask while you coached. And I was yelling so loud for him to use his damn jab, and it's just now coming back to me. So and I was doing a little yelling over the phone. But
okay, we can hear you perfectly fine. And your story is an incredible story. It's something that they make like NBC Saturday night movies about. A redemption story. Because you, like you said, you've had your hardship, and you've had a life, earlier in your life that, you're probably not overly proud of. It's shaped who you are, but now you've come from this and you've completely reinvented yourself. Never changed who you are in here, but now you're a professional fighter. You've got your family. You have your regular job that you do every single day to take care of your family. It's truly an incredible
I own a gym too, man. Don't forget that. I own a boxing gym.
That's right.
And not only do we have
7, right?
We got 9 kids going to nationals, but we also have a youth outreach program through my gym. It's not anything big or spectacular, but if there's any kids out there who might need some guidance or help, we bring them into the gym, and we don't really charge. We don't charge them, so that way we can keep them out of a place where I was in life. And sometimes that's something I'm using to pay forward, and I have this platform that I'm able to do it with. So,
and no matter what you accomplish as a professional fighter in bare knuckle or a professional boxer, the greatest accolade you will ever have is what you're doing at that gym and mentoring kids and teaching them the right way and getting them off the streets and keeping them alive in essence, because some kids could go down that wrong path and end up getting shot or killed or in prison for life. And you're making an effective change in your community for the youth. And I don't care what you do as a fighter. I don't care if you become a champion in 5 different weight divisions of bare knuckle and 3 boxing belts. The one thing I'm always going to be remembering you for and be proudest of you for is your work with the children and giving back, because you lived that hard life and you're sharing your experience. And if you save one kid, you're beyond what a lot of other people do. So that's an honor to even just know you for that, man.
Thank you, Chris. That means a lot. That's just one thing, I call it being on the fence. And I was on that fence at one point in my life. And as much as my father has always been there for me and been a great father, some of that is influenced by, when you see it from somebody from the outside in, because it's kind of hard to listen to when your parents tell you, no, don't do that or don't touch that or whatever. So when I see kids on the fence like I was, I try to be that person to pull them down on the right side of the fence,
That's all you can do, man. And you can't do it for them, but if you point them in the right direction and they listen, hopefully they learn and they say, you know what, Reggie shared his life with me and told me what he went through. I don't want to go through that, and I'm gonna follow Reggie's advice and the other coaches you have around you. So again, dude, that's other than having children, that's your greatest attribute. You know what I mean? Because your children you're going to raise up right. We already know, and
definitely.
I know two things. You're going to raise them up right, and also Reggie Barnett's kids won't take shit from nobody.
No, my daughter's already been kicked out of 2 things because. We're not going to go into details, but she can handle her own. She's only 12, so it'll be what it be.
Well, listen, man, I want to say thank you.
Go back in the room.
I want to say thank you for taking the time today to chat with us. I know it's not.
Hey, I ain't doing that, man. I'm supposed to be what's it, Wednesday? Supposed to be at a press conference, chilling on quarantine. It is what it is. I'm going to go bathe my son, spend some time with my beautiful wife, play some games with my daughter, baby. Just. It'll be what I'm going to make the best of the situation. My time will come. It is written. Absolutely. I don't know when, how, or whatever, but it will come because I know that I'm going to continue to grind. I'm going to continue to work hard. I'm going to continue to, and try to inspire others as much as I can. And then when it's time to put on, and I'm going to always show up and I'm going to leave everything that I have in that squared circle. So,
yeah. And I know it's tough to, on a day like this where, a big fight cancels, no fighters. I don't care who you are, top level, middle level, regional, lower level. Nobody likes a canceled fight. I know for you, I think it as chill as you are today, I think it affects you a little bit more than a lot of people because this really is something that you do. It's not just about the money for you. It's about, proving yourself. And like you said, redeeming yourself and showing people that you can change and you can accomplish anything you want as long as you put your head to it. So my heart hurts for you a little bit, bro. I mean, that's just real. As a member of the media, I'm supposed to be kind of down the middle, and whatever. But my heart hurts for you today, Reggie, because I know how important this was to you. I know you stepped up on short notice. I know that you and Dat, got some beef and you want to settle that. So all that stuff that fell apart, and yet, you're so chill today, man. And that just shows growth, that you're like, all right, man. Like you
that
said,
comes from God, man.
You don't write the script.
That comes from God, bro.
That's coming from the Lord. And, everything happens for a reason. So,
I thoroughly believe it. There are times I tell people, they think I'll be playing where I literally felt him like, no, don't do that. Grab me or bring your ass back here, son. Run, son. I literally felt, and so I was, like I said, I was sitting up there in the cosmos, like, why the cosmos just happened to me? And he was like, it's not his time yet. And I'm like, all right. So either there's somebody else who needs their ass whooped somewhere in between there, or it's just not his time yet. And I'm cool with that. You can only prolong that shit for so long. Because I do this, like you said, I enjoy being able to, and I'm grateful to the BKFC for, taking care of me to the extent where I can, level up my life with my family. But at the same time, I do this sport because I love to do it, and I'm going to continue to do that.
That's why we love you, man. That's why, because you're all heart in this, and you're all in. You're not a part-time guy. This is life, so
this is a lifestyle for me. This is when I committed myself to doing this shit. Is a lifestyle. And some days are rougher than others, but I push through all of it. We're gonna just push through it, and whatever happens in February, I'm gonna be on that card. There's a few people I also got eyeing, whether it's at 125, 135. It's already spoken. It's written in existence. It's cool. I wasn't supposed to fight it. I wasn't supposed to fight, and it's cool with that. It's all right.
That's the end of that story.
I know that I did my part though. I stepped up when the challenge was offered, when the call was made. I do as Reggie Easy Barnett Jr. always does. I'm going to step up and answer that call and be there and be ready to perform at my best. So
no hesitation from Reggie ever.
Y'all see how the guns, I was already ready. So just in case.
I gotta work on my shit, bro.
All right, I'm gonna go kick it with my family, Chris. Thank you so much for having me on.
Absolutely.
All
And
my
before
sponsors, all my family, all my friends, JDIS, join J&K, my bad, Match Bout, Amora Rose, Shorian Construction, Tribal International, Fight Heads. Did we leave anybody out? I hope we're not leaving anybody out on this last one. I'm sorry that things didn't go through. I appreciate your continued support. I know that Dave Feldman and the Bare Knuckle team, are going to take great care of me as they always do, and we'll just move forward and we'll see what's next on the plate. Like I said, I'm looking for that in February, and if not, we'll see who wants to catch these educated hands, because every time I step in that squared circle, I bring a little bit of greatness with me.
That's 100% true. Well, listen, man, again, thank you for taking the time today. Go spend time with your family. Continue to stay blessed and live a blessed life, and continue to help others change their lives, dude, and everything's going to work out perfectly.
Who's
Reggie,
calling me?
you have a wonderful night.
Don't be
God bless you and the family.
My bad.
You have a wonderful, blessed night.
Who that
God bless you all.
was calling me?
What?
It was one of the kids. Not kids, he's a grown man now. When I met him, he was a kid, but
that's all right. Well, listen, man, stay blessed, stay safe. All the love to you, man, and we'll talk again soon. Thanks for taking the time tonight, guys. That's Reggie Barnett Jr.
You.
Reggie Easy, not Easy E.
Just Easy.
Barnett Jr. Yep, be good, man. Dude. Later. Boys and girls, that was Reggie Barnett Jr. In better spirits than I expect him to be, because he does get upset with some of this stuff. So anyway, he's not going to be fighting. However, the fight card is still on. Jim Allers and Luis Palomino are fighting for the 155 title. It is going to be live on the BKTV app. You can download it at www.bktvapp.com and get it. Use my code Christopher Roth. Christopher, like right here on my name, see right there. Right there. Boom. There's Christopher, and change James to Roth. Download the app and use my code. Anyway, tomorrow night on the show, if you look on the scroll right here, tomorrow night on the show, we're going to go live again with the Little Nitro Gummy Bear Challenge. It's the hottest gummy bear in the world. We're going to have David Rickles, the caveman, taking on Bobo O'Banion. They're both got their gummy bears. We're going to bring it to you live, and then we're going to talk with BKFC athlete Sed Johnson. And if everything goes as planned tomorrow, I'll be streaming the weigh-ins live for Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship 14 from the Intercontinental Hotel. It'll be live on K-Star with Christopher James, as long as everything works out with the technical stuff. So I'll be at studio here in Tampa, and I'll have a correspondent on the ground in Miami. Until then, boys and girls, thanks for always, as always, for being a part of my life today and allowing me to be a part of yours. I can never truly put into words what that actually means to me. But until next time, I am Christopher James, and boys and girls, you've been Cage-Side. Have a great day. Stay safe out there, everybody. Good night.
What happens if you lose, Nick?
Who the hell is Aquaman?
I get Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles, I get sausage biscuits. Maybe you guys will see a little footage of that later on, because we got some good stuff.
Go with the deuces. There you go, baby.